With more and more people getting sick every day, the US skyrocketing past 100,000 cases, God only knows when we'll hit 200,000. What can we actually do? Well, there's been a few things discussed. And a recent poll shows, I find surprising level of support for perhaps the most extreme of the solutions, which would be a vaccine mandate. About 64% say they'd support a universal vaccine mandate across the US. 70% support it for getting on a plane, 61% for requiring it for children to go back to school, 66% for college students to go back to the university. And while obviously there is going to be a strong political thing here, 45% of Republicans support a universal COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Close to half of Republicans say across the board you should be required to get this. And 84% of Democrats do. So look, as of right now, I believe just over the weekend, Anna, I think Dr. Fauci and Biden both said that that's not going to happen. But were it to happen, it would of course help. And a lot of Americans seem pretty okay with it.
I think that the smart strategy here isn't for the federal government to hand down some sort of mandate. I think that it makes a lot of sense for private industry to and public, public organizations to ensure that people are vaccinated if anyone is to either visit whatever business it is or use whatever service needs to be used. Honestly, I think the best way forward is to make life increasingly difficult for people who refuse to be vaccinated. And that's not the government mandating anything. That's you deciding that you want to be irresponsible. And if you don't want to play by the rules, then there are consequences for that. The sense of entitlement that comes along with this anti-vaccine crowd is also incredibly infuriating. You don't get to tell a business what they can and can't do regarding masks or regarding vaccines, right? I mean, these are the same people who like rise up as soon as there's any discussion about regulating these companies when they're robbing people. But when it comes to getting vaccinated to ensure that people are safe, to ensure people aren't hospitalized, that's where they draw their red line. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk more about sticks in a bit. Here are some potential carrots. So I saw this, I believe it was Ken Klippenstein I mostly just go on Twitter for Ken Klippenstein. I think that's been clear for a long time. But anyway, he tweeted out the results of a New York Times Kaiser Family Foundation survey asking what may motivate people to get vaccinated. So if it was fully FDA approved, let's see. It looks like that might be the single biggest thing other than available from a personal physician. What it is, man. How frustrating is it when you find out that one of the things that would be required for someone to take it is a thing that's already true, but that at least is a reminder that we need to communicate to people. But so for instance, if it was required to fly, that would be a pretty strong effect. If it was required for large gatherings, some of the things that I thought like $100 cash is not a particularly strong incentive. Like now it could be higher. We could do another round of COVID stimulus that went to the vaccinated or something. Anna, would that? No, that you wouldn't be interested in trying that?
No, sorry. Stop acting like babies. Stop it. No more carrots. I think it's pathetic. I think it makes us look so embarrassing on a global stage where we have all these countries that are desperate to get their hands on doses of the vaccine. And here you have Americans with their sense of entitlement needing to be treated like absolute babies and children in order to get vaccinated. No, I'm sorry, I'm done with that. No more carrots, no.
Okay, well, in a moment, we're gonna go to a video and I think I now know what your take is gonna be. We'll see, I'm excited to find out. But really fast, before we go to that, I just want to give Ken a little bit more credit because Ken, he had a tweet that like Ken has tweets that get 10,000 retweets every single day. This one is being criminally under-recognized for how good this is. He tweeted, "I don't get why conservatives are so alarmed by mandatory vaccinations. The proposal is really quite simple. Ilhan Omar is going to hold you down and vax you." Favorite tweet
It's
ever.
Pretty funny.
It is.
Yeah,
No, go on.
The ability to use humor to make a point like that, I think is super powerful. And Ken Klippenstein is like, honestly, currently he's the king of that.
He is Twitter's razor. Like he's so sharp. He just cuts right to it. You cannot come up with a nightmare stronger for Republicans than Ilhan Omar giving you life-saving medicine. That is it. But that gave me some joy when I saw that, I think early Sunday. But you know what gave me like the joy to close out a weekend that wasn't great necessarily? Is that Ilhan Omar liked that tweet. You can see it there. That's amazing. She liked it.
That's amazing.
That makes me so happy. Anyway, I want to meet Ilhan Omar. In fact, she's going on my top 10 list.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.